Good evening. His Excellency, Mr. Michael Ashumin Adin, Vice President of Suriname, Madam Gresala Bandana Adin, who is in the amongst the audience, His Excellency, Dr. Antonio Costa, Prime Minister of Portugal, Sri Vajubhai Vala, Governor of Karnataka, Sri Siddaramaiah, Chief Minister of Karnataka, Sri D.V. Sadanand Gowda, Union Minister for Statistics and Program Implementation, Sri Anant Kumar, Union Minister for Chemicals, Fertilizers and Parliamentary Affairs, General V.K. Singh, Union Minister of State External Affairs, Sri R.V. Deshpande, Minister of Industries, Government of Karnataka, distinguished recipients of Pravasi Bharatiya Samman, members of Indian diaspora, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be present amongst you on this occasion of the valedictory function of Pravasi Bharatiya Samman. On this historic day, 102 years ago, perhaps the greatest Pravasi Bharatiya of all times, Mahatma Gandhi, father of Indian nation, came to India from his sojourn and experiments with truth in South Africa. We gathered here today to recalibrate and reaffirm our roots, even as we take pride in and gain sustenance from our adopted countries. One of the largest community of expatriates, numbering about 31.7 million, the Pravasi Bharatiya stands for his innate ability to assimilate and yet maintain its identity. In doing so, you have contributed immensely to your adopted lands through your dedication and hard work. There are many amongst you who were made notable contributions in the fields of high technology, business, politics, art and culture, sports, to mention a few. On behalf of the Government of India, it was indeed an honor for me to have conferred the Pravasi Bharatiya Samman on 30 individuals of the diaspora just a while back. I congratulate each one of them for their wonderful contribution they have made to their society and to strengthening the roots of Pravasi Bharatiyas. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to celebrate your success and achievements. You have been the fronting envoys of Indian culture since long, and I hope that will remain so as the foremost emissaries of the story of India unfolding itself. As a people exposed to the best of the Western technology and yet having their civilizational moorings in the ageless and eternal ethos of India, you are doubly blessed. The synergy of the West and the East that you represent provides you with a unique position and opportunity that involves sharing knowledge between your homeland and your adopted countries. While you showcase India to your host countries, you also bring along the cultural heritage of your adopted lands to your own motherlands. To my mind, nothing could exemplify our belief and ancient sayings of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whole universe is my relations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, many of you, having achieved material abundance, are actively involved in the pursuit of higher callings of spiritualism and happiness. For us in India, this has to be a parallel exercise, and I am sure that you could play a guiding role in this sphere. As we continue to strive successfully in achieving our due and deserving place amongst the Committee of Nations on Economic and Strategic Indices, our ancient strength in the realm of sublime and subtle should continue to remain in focus. The Pravasi Bharatiya Divas has been a flagship event for the engagement of the government with the diaspora spread across the oceans. I am happy to know that Indian embassies and High Commissioners abroad are celebrating the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas today with the members of Indian diaspora in their respective countries. The convention where we are assembled today does not only provide an interface between the government and the Indian diaspora, it also provides an excellent opportunity for both the government of India and the state governments to showcase policies, initiatives, achievements in various sectors and invite the diaspora to contribute and give back to the country of their origin. Friends, we have amongst us several eminent personalities from the Indian diaspora who are in leadership positions across the globe. His Excellency Dr. Antonio Costa, the Prime Minister of Portugal, who is with us today, has its root in Goa. His presence here is a source of inspiration for all of us and for the Indian diaspora across the world. We are delighted that he could participate as chief guest in the Pravasi Bhartiya Samman. India's relations with Portugal have been and continue to stay warm and friendly with close political, security, cultural, and most importantly, people-to-people ties. We are grateful to you, sir, as I personally had the opportunity of meeting you in Delhi, and once again I am getting this opportunity to meet you here. Thank you, sir. I am also glad that one of the youngest Indian diaspora leaders, the Vice President of Suriname, Mr. Michael Ashwin Nadin, is here with us today. India enjoys close and friendly relationship with Suriname, reinforced by cultural and people-to-people contact. The Indian diaspora migrated to Suriname nearly 142 years ago. More than 230,000 personnel of Indian origin living in Suriname have made a significant contribution in all walks of life in their country. Distinguished friends, while we celebrate achievements and success I want to draw attention towards several NRIs who were temporary migrants in the Gulf region and Southeast Asia. They are Indian citizens who migrate for employment as low-skilled and semi-skilled labor. They toil hard day and night and save to send the fruits of their labor as remittances to India to maintain their families back home. These remittances are the largest by any diaspora at 12% of the total global remittances, amount to 69 billion US dollar for the year 2015. Many of them are likely to return to India, but while they live abroad, all of them are vulnerable in many ways owing to the fact that they do not enjoy the privileges of citizenship in the host countries. This is especially true of the people working in areas of strife and conflict, with their security and physical well-being on the line. In this regard, it is with satisfaction that I note the role played by their mother country in assuaging their concerns. In swift and coordinated operations involving multiple ministries and organizations, we have been able to bring back thousands of fellow countrymen from strife-torn nations. I congratulate you, General Minister of State External Affairs, for the initiative taken by your ministry and dynamic Foreign Minister, Srimati Sushma Swaraj. With regard to these temporary migrants going abroad in search of employment, it will also be prudent that attention is paid towards their skill upgradation. Establishing linkage between the Government of India's skill programs and the skill gap that exists among the migrant workforce will go a long way in enhancing their employability as well as their earnings. Friends, over the past couple of years, we have introduced several initiatives aimed at smart solutions. In 2014, we launched the e-Migrate platform for effectively and transparency in the recruitment of emerging check required category of the Indian workers. Such initiatives will surely help in protecting the rights of our workers proceeding abroad and ensure accountability of the recruitment agents in India and their foreign employers. As far as the vulnerability of expatriate Indians are concerned, I would also like to flag the concerns of women and girls in India marrying into NRI's families. Even as the government and its agencies deal with this issue, the concerns of this particular section can be most effectively addressed by the local community organizations. I take this opportunity to call upon the Indian community organizations abroad, many of whom have been awarded today, to continue complementing the efforts of the Government of India, working in tandem with them and providing the necessary relief to these deserving persons. Distinguished guests, occasions such as these provide us with an opportunity to reaffirm our continued engagement with each other. At the same time, they also call for reorientation and rejuvenation of our areas of engagement. The government is implementing certain schemes for the youth who were born and brought up abroad. In this regard, the Know India program is a flagship initiative under which such young men and women can visit India to rediscover their heritage and culture and get acquainted with the contemporary India. Similarly, the occasion calls for highlighting sectors in India that need your active support and engagement. We have a young population which needs to be equipped with the professional and technical education in the highest standard. The Indian diaspora may consider participating in programs such as GYAN, global initiative of academic networks under which they can visit India and accept short-term academic assignments with institutions of higher learning, including IITs and IIMs. They can also avail the fellowship and scholarship programs offered by the Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology to explore avenues for joint research and development. Through such collaborations, our institutions, entrepreneurs, and innovators can enrich our education sector and skilling efforts. Similarly for you, the opportunities for contributing to your motherland and your root being a part of the exciting growth story of India, which are many and varied. Be it Make in India, Startup India, Digital India, or Clean India, all these programs provide ample opportunities for you to participate, contribute, and benefit. Before I conclude, I would also like to take this opportunity to express my appreciations to the organizers for releasing the book, which is a collection of the speeches of Prime Minister of 2014 and 2015 in regard to the foreign policies of the country. These speeches are just not enunciation and reiteration of the unique policies of India in respect of international understanding, global cooperation, dispute resolutions, and move towards peace, disarmament, development, and environmental protection. These statements contain an emerging India, an India which is moving ahead, keeping behind its baggage and burdens, which is looking with the world with optimism, confidence, and the belief that the world belongs to them. They are not outsiders, but they are insiders. This new image of emerging India is reflected in the speeches of the Prime Minister. I am grateful that you have brought it out on this occasion, which will help the readers, researchers, and academies to understand India's perspective in the new context. I am confident the achievement of yours, my Pravasi friends, both in your place of origin and your connect with the nation which you have adapted, have been strengthened through your participation in the Pravasi Bharatiya Convention. I once again exhort all of you present here to become a part of the developing, evolving Indian story, which is really fantastic, as it is the story of 1.3 billion people. It is the story of great diversity and also underlying unity amongst this diversity, with 200 daily languages used, 1,600 dialects, 7 religions, 3 ethnic groups, yet living under one system, one constitution, one flag, perhaps the singular example of unity amidst diversity. The story of this unfolding India with this great diversity is a fantastic story. I urge upon you to take full part in you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I also wish you a very happy, prosperous New Year's for all of you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.